What up, everyone? This is Mr. Lord, Dr. Professor, Dark Joker, here with another edition of Traditional Fans with Opinions, where I'll give my reviews for whoever I watched, read, or played today. And who are Traditional Fans with Opinions? That is myself, and that is you, the viewers. With all that being said, on with the reviews. Detectives these days are crazy, episode 12 and full series. So, yeah, so Nagamo and Mashiro try to raise 2.5 million yen so they can keep the agency's doors open. So Mashiro enters like Nagamo into a Saratobi competition, which is similar to American Ninja Warrior. Now she meant to enter herself, but she put Nagamo's name just out of habit, just because that's how she signs a lot of his business expenses. And basically to hide, she basically piggybacks under his clothes and like uses her strength to help him get through. But near the end, basically Nagua slips from Mastro's grip and falls and disqualified. And so yeah, so then so Nezu helps Nagua and Mastro come up with merch. So I guess having the cat be like a mascot, making a different Ubi mouse out of Mastro's face. I mean that's yeah, and having the I guess a song advertise it and Mastro sings it very very poorly. Yeah, they don't think it works. And then yeah, so then Asunara and Maki asked Nagamo and Mastro to help them with a job to like investigate this deputy superintendent of the Tokyo MPD and a mob boss. So Maki and Mashiro go undercover at a maid cafe. Then they follow the mobster, and they catch the mobster and the cop making a deal. And it's revealed that the mob was just there on vacation. He was like basically buying a card for the maid cafe, giving it to the cop, basically because the cop was too embarrassed to go in himself. Now the next day, it's revealed that so Nezu and Mashiro were able to sell bunch of the merch. It sold out, and that led to more cases being drawn to the agency, and we see a montage of different cases, and so the agency's safe, so they're not evicted. Yeah, I like this episode. I thought it was funny, like all this random crap they were doing to try to make money. Like that was freaking funny as far as this whole show goes. I enjoyed it. That was great. It's a good, case of the week thing. Basically, it's we don't have a lot of procedural, so this is like a good procedural show. See, I really like this show. If we get a new season, I will watch it. If we don't, well, it had a good run, and I liked it. So yeah, do watch it. Chainsaw Man, Chapter 214. So this one, there's been a big explosion at the high school. Chainsaw, so Denji's in his full out like Chainsaw Devil form. And he kills a flamethrower hybrid, Barum, who had, Barum had killed Hirofumi Yoshida. And so he basically, you know, yeah, so Barum's dead and is eaten by Pochita. So, like, yeah, so yeah, he's dead. Then we see Death Devil and Famine, Devil standing next to Chainsaw Man, looking up at like this like door to hell appearing in the sky, and we see a bunch of other doors like appear. And so it's like there's like a big invasion from hell that like basically it's a big cosmic event might lead to like the apocalypse. we're dealing with demons. Of course, the apocalypse gonna get brought up at some point. Yeah, I definitely a very quick chapter. I was like, wait, what the frick just happened? What? But what? I it was a mid chapter. I would like to see more of what was going on. Before like it did feel a little rushed. But I'm interested in what these doors to hell are and what like this invasion is. Interesting how that goes. So yeah, I thought it was a mid chapter, looking and I'm looking forward to the next chapter. Alien Earth, episode 7. So in this one, well, basically you have, so Slightly is, you know, basically trying to figure some crap out. So like Arthur has been, basically been affected by a face hugger. Basically, Slightly's kind of trying to move Arthur out of the facility and on and towards the beach. And Morrow, like, and some Wayland Utani people, they collect them. And, Slightly tries to hide Arthur, but Smee discovers very quickly, like, what, that Arthur's being hidden. And, Smee tells Slightly he'll only help him if he knows Arthur's going to be okay. So the security team is deployed by Kirsch in order to, basically contain like these acid being flies that Isaac released. Yeah. And it's revealed that Isaac's dead. So Kirsch tells, you know, Cavalier that, and Cavalier doesn't seem to care. And then like, yeah. So Wendy confronts Cavalier and Kirsch about the memory wipe that happened to Nibs. And Mindy learns that Isaac's dead. Yeah. So Wendy knows that even though she's like a hybrid, she can still die. Yeah. So yeah, then there's like where Wendy tries to like I guess talk to the xenomorph that's trying to break out of its cage. I guess Cavalier's worried that Wendy's more powerful than he expected. And so then, Wendy and Joe try to escape the island. And she wants to bring the other hybrids with her. So Nibs joins them, but Curly refuses. Says, yeah, basically Curly's very loyal to Cavalier. Yeah, so and basically Wendy's willing to releases the xenomorph into the lab. And basically Joe's concerned about Wendy letting the guards and scientists under Prodigy, like how she's willing to let them die. Yeah. And so the face hugger falls off of Arthur's face, and then yeah, so and then they Smee and Slightly lie to Arthur about why they're trying to get him out, and then yeah, so and then Arthur reveals that he knows that they're lying, And then Arthur feels like he feels like it's a face hugger that was on him. So he xenomorph bursts out of Arthur, and the xenomorph goes into the jungle while the hybrids scream. Then Speed and Slayer are ambushed by Whale and Yutani, who are led by Moro. And Whale and Yutani then storms Prodigy. And yeah, so then it's shown that Cavalier's trying to make his next plan as far as what to do with the alien species. His idea is to do a project involving a human host. And then it's for that, Sylvia probably, Arthur Sylvia probably will be used as like a, as a, I guess as the host. So, yeah. Then we see like, bunch of people. So Wendy, Nibs, and Joe they get to the boat, and Wendy tells the xenomorph to kill some Whale and Yutani soldiers. But they're all, when they get on their boat, they're all ambushed by some Prodigy security. And I guess one of the soldier throws Nibs' stuffed animal into the water, and Nibs gets pissed off and rips the guy's jaw off. Yeah, so now Nibs is also starting to beat up some others. Now before she's able to kill this one person, Joe shoots Nibs, and Wendy is mad at Joe. She's like, "What have you done?" So it looks like there's gonna be some conflict between Joe and Wendy next week. Yeah. And then, yeah, so obviously you have an alien hunting people, and that's kind of more what we need. We have two aliens. But yeah, I mean, this is just like all the humans are freaking retarded. Like all the humans, cyborgs, hybrids, whatever, they're all retarded. Like it's a boring show filled with a bunch of retards. That's what this is. So yeah, I ain't like this one, but I will watch next week's. Unfortunately. Well, that's it. Did y'all like the stuff I reviewed? And if you have your own opinions about all that, you can put all that in the comments. Thank you for watching, and like, subscribe, and all that. And look forward to the next video.